Yo, what is up, my people? Hope you guys having a beautiful, blessed weekend. Right here, I have the updated Pyro build for you. I've been smashing content with this, helping my viewers, and it's been a fun time, right? So they made a lot of changes this last week. They had a huge patch. They fixed a lot of the mods. They fixed a lot of the bugs. And now it's kind of, affecting a good majority of the people. But at the same time, I have the answer for you as always. So I personally been running all type of missions. I've tried to run the hardest tier 15 missions just to kind of like make sure that the build is viable, make sure you can get kills, make sure you can destroy Moloch or any other enemies. I love this build in group. I love this build solo. It doesn't matter what you play. This build is going to help you progress and it's going to help you destroy content. Okay, as you can see, I'm taking a massive amount of damage right here solo. This Vegeta Moloch is trying to destroy me, but we're surviving, we're moving, we're playing the map, we're playing our strengths, and overheat is just a phenomenal skill to use and overall going to keep you alive most of the time. All right, especially combined with some of the mods we have in this build. I hope this build helps you. I hope you really enjoy, and let's get into it, baby. Let's go. All right, in case you're wondering, we did kill Moloch. Just don't want to leave you guys without thinking that we killed Moloch or we didn't finish the mission, which we always do, right? Check out the Twitch stream right here up above and the description down below. And I appreciate all the support. We've been able to hit 1,500 subs, road to 2,000 subs soon. All right, here we go, fam. I'm loving this FOV change and a lot of the other changes that they made. But first off, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the class. This is going to be the most important part. And it's going to add that survivability that you might be missing. Okay, so we're going to go across with Magma Golem, and we're going to pick up each one of these, which is going to consist of 5. All right, and the reason we're picking up all 5 is because we want to get to the end of the skill tree, obviously, but also Distant Flame increases our anomaly power. All right, once you have all 5 of these, you're going to increase your anomaly power by 12.5%. okay, quick maths. And yeah, real easy. So right here we have Unquenchable. We're gonna have anytime you hit an enemy and you do damage, that's gonna give you health back, and that's where the skill life leech comes in, right? So we also have some warm up. We have 2 of these, and this is gonna reduce your ignite skill cooldowns by 15%, and we're only using heat wave on this build, so that's gonna work for our heat wave. Our heat wave is very important because our heat wave is gonna be our armor. Okay, it's gonna give us insane armor, anomalous lava. Activating ignite skills, which is heat wave, is going to increase your armor by 45% for 10 seconds. So this is all you need, honestly. Anything else is just extra survivability, extra cushion, in my opinion. Right here, we're going to increase your armor by 20%, master of armor. And then we're going to have wildfire. Okay, this is going to decrease all your cooldowns by 10%, making your build way better, in my opinion. We have 2 trial by fires equaling 20% burn damage. So we have this first one right here. And then we have the last one at the end, which is going to give us 15%. And this one gives us 5. So 20% overall, right? We're also going to have double skill life leech under 30%. All right. So whenever you go under 30% of your health, you're going to get double the heals back that you do damage. Okay. So it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Super glorious. Right here, we have some more weapon damage and anomaly with gifted. And right here, we have extinction. So extinction is increased damage to 20% for all enemies under 30% of their health. All right, so this is really good when you're trying to get those final touches and kill that boss. All right, so we have more skill leech right here, giving us 18% overall. Our magma elemental, when we activate our heat wave, we're also gonna get our armor piercing and our resistance piercing up by 45% for 10 seconds, allowing you to do that damage to the bosses or any elites, right? And that's the whole tree right there. So hopefully you guys understand, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. All right, now we can go over to the skills, which is obviously heat wave. We're running on the Akari set. If you don't know, the Akari is probably one of the best legendary sets for Pyro. It gives you 50% anomaly increase for every enemy you hit with heat wave, and we're running a bunch of heat waves. We're just stacking that damage. We're hitting all the enemies we can as soon as they spawn, 5 to 8 enemies at a time usually. That's kind of how you want to play this build, right? So with this, we're gonna basically use it, charge up our anomaly power, hit the burn on the enemies, and then when you're comfortable, you can thermal bomb. It's gonna increase the damage since the mod we have branded on the set. we're going to be able to get 40% damage on an individual target. Also, if we're running 2, you're going to get 80% on those targets. So it stacks, man. So real nice. You have more pyros in the group. That's even more damage, right? I have one of my friends. He hit 18 million on one burst. Shout out to the homie. You already know. And then right here, we have overheat. So this overheat works in a bunch of different ways. For me, I use this overheat as a way to gain armor because I have a mod that gives me armor whenever I consume burn on an enemy. That's the only armor mod I'm using other than my skill tree. So overheat, what it does for me is it creates a CC skill. And since I have a pretty cool cooldown, it's 7.4. You could usually have this lower, like in the 5s, if you have cooldown reduction on all your gear, right? So I use this as a CC, like I said, whenever I'm in trouble, whenever I'm real low on health, I just use this skill. Also, I use it for the armor, like I said. And it really works. It really works well. And I like it. It marks all the enemies. So whenever you hit them with heat wave, it does additional damage. And it's just an overall beautiful skill, man. Super insane range. And I love overheat. I'm dying by overheat lately. So right here we have the triple Akari. You already know the helm, the chest, and the pants. And then whatever else you want to run on your boots and your gloves is all up to you. Any purples. I would highly suggest Anomaly power, status power, cooldown reduction. And if you can't get those 3, then I would allow skill life leech in there. And that'll be like the 4 attributes you kind of want to play with, right? Make sure you're maxing out those attributes once you hit level 50 because those are really going to increase your damage, your status power, your burn damage, your anomaly power, the amount of health you get back. You know, it's going to totally change your build. So whenever you can, make sure you put in those shards as long as you're like max level, right? It's not hard to get to level 50. If you need any help, comments below. If not, follow the Twitch link. We always have beautiful people. Discord.gg/macho. We have a lot of friends in there usually too, especially when I'm streaming, always down to help the community. So fire tsunami, we have a heat wave here, increases the width of firewall. I personally really like this mod and I highly suggest it because sometimes you're going to get that small heat wave without it and you're not going to hit all the enemies and you're going to miss anomaly power, etc., right? Burnout, this is huge. Damaging enemies takes 25% more damage for 8 seconds. You want to do that 2 to 3 times on any enemy. Increase that damage. That way your friends can absolutely smoke any NPC in front of you. Right here we have detonator. I really love this skill. Cools down by 50%. I don't think there's anything better, especially for overheat personally. Branded, you need this. You get this from the other chests. So this is a huge mod that really helps you. You get this from the armor of the reforged. And then you just slap it on the Akari chest. Perfect, easy. 40% more damage to any enemy that is hit with thermal bomb. Lastly, we have an extra thermal bomb right here, and that's going to be it for the thermal bomb mods. Only really need 2 of them on the build. And we also have anomaly power that rolls automatically on the waistcloth of Akari. I don't use the regular one because it inflicts weakness, so I highly suggest you just don't even really worry about that weakness mod and leave anomaly echo. All right, right here we have the gloves. I'm using blacksmith. This is the only armor mod you really need in my opinion, because once you use heat wave, it's going to give you that extra armor reduction or damage reduction, and then overheat is going to give you more armor. So each status consumed by the skill grants 52,000 armor bonus for 8 seconds. All right, only 8 seconds. But it works because you're basically using your skill like every 6 seconds. So, you know, you can overheat after that. And that's going to give you that nice cushion, that good armor, that nice damage, physical mitigation. All right. So lastly, I also have an extra ride the wave. If it's not obvious, I highly suggest you use 3 heat waves. At least 2 if you don't really feel like you need 3. Sometimes you won't need 3 heat waves because you're going to be playing with an amazing techno or just an amazing devastator. You know, tricksters, they're all going to be putting down that damage to the point where you don't have to really like go crazy. You could just kind of buff the team. And even in solos, man, this really works well. You're going to buff your anomaly. You're going to stay strong. You know, I personally like it. So lastly, we have another tidal wave. You can have 2 of these different mods to have an additional charge before triggering the cooldown. And lastly, for some more survivability, Untamed Power works very well You're gonna get like this aura around you every time you use a skill, and it's gonna deal 41,000 damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius, and the damage is equal to 30% of your anomaly power. So this is also gonna increase whenever you use that heat wave, and you're gonna be doing mad damage to enemies. All right, the guillotine, I'm really liking this. I use Twisted Mercy, but at the same time you kind of have to use a shot. I like that it's like every second though, so that's kind of the only difference. But this just synergizes, I feel, a little bit better with Moaning Winds. That way I could just like kind of reload around enemies, and you know, I'll get that vulnerability and I'll deal some damage every 6 seconds. So since I'm swapping through all 3 weapons with Moaning at the moment with the Anomaly power builds, I highly suggest Moaning Winds. Moaning Winds creates a really strong blast, dealing 387,000 damage to enemies within an 8-meter radius. All right, so you can kill all type of small mobs instantly with Moaning Winds. All right, so like I said, I use it on 3 weapons. I'm also using the Death Shield because this works off the base, from what I understand, of 50k armor, and it gives you 43% bonus to all your skills and your weapons, so you're doing massive damage out there. Like I said before, make sure you're upgrading all the attributes. That's really important for some of these damages. And Moaning Winds also scales, like if you have additional damages that you're doing to the enemies, elite damage, you know, all those extra 25%, 40%, 80%, that actually scales your damage with Moaning Winds. So sometimes you're going to be hitting for 2-3 million a reload. All right, so real nice. Real nice, real nice. There's a lot of different ways though you could put damage out there. I have friends that I play with that don't use Moaning Winds, and sometimes they do more damage. So it just depends your play style. You don't have to clutch on Moaning Winds, but it's real nice, I feel, and I've been enjoying it for the most part. All right, so that's the whole build. We'll have some gameplay over on Twitch in a bit, so I hope to catch you over there. Thank you so much for supporting me, watching the content. I hope it really helps you, and yo, I'll catch you later, man. Stay blessed. Pass through Twitch if you need help, man. We got you. Let's get it.